like to hear stories?
Yeah.
By a round of applause, who likes to hear stories? Okay, right from the top to the bottom. So this is a story song. And I don't know if you can see it on my arms here, but some people would say, "Look, that man looks like a leopard." Well, not that many people say that, but what I have is freckles. And actually what most people say is, "You're a freckle face." And that really hurt my feelings when I was growing up. So this is the song about dealing with having freckles and having Irish parents who knew how to deal with a crying child who came home with this. So this is the song about having freckles. Ready, lads? Just go easy. And the thing is, my mom and my sister, they gathered around. I'd come home one day, and I'd been crying. As you know, San Francisco, inner Sunset. I was at a school called St. Anne's. Big pink church, the corner of 14th and Judah, on the N Judah line. I'm sure some of you have ridden on it. Did it cello on too? Did you check it?
Pretty good.
So I came home from school one day, and I had been crying. This is like kindergarten. But I think I had grown up as a really tough kid, so my parents had never really seen me crying, and so the day I came home crying, they're like, "What's up with you, lad?" They're Irish, so they're from Ireland. "What's wrong with you?" My sister, my older sister and my mom were home. And I said, I don't want to talk about it. And they said, come here to me. They took me on the lap and they said, "What's happening?" And I said, "I don't want to talk about it." I said, "Finally," I said, "Well, they were teasing me because I have freckles." And my mom said, "Don't you know why you have freckles, boy?" And I didn't know. And my sister said, "Oh, well, come here." And my mom and my sister, they pinned me in on the couch. And they said, "Look, here's what happened. Before you were born, right, you were up in heaven, sitting with God in the clouds looking down." And I remember this visualization. They said, "You could have chose any family in the whole world. You could have been African or Indian, but you chose to come from an Irish family that came to San Francisco. And you were looking down at all the families you could have chosen. You chose us. And sure isn't that why we love you?" What a nice thing to say to a little kindergartner. He said, "Yeah, but before you were born, you were sitting with God, and God said, 'Well, what do you want to do with your life?' And you kept saying this and that and this and that. And you kept saying, 'Make it harder. Make it harder.' No, I can do it, I swear. I'll never forget the place I came from. Never, never." And all the angels were so proud of you that they gathered around the gates of heaven. And they all stood there saying, "Go on, boy, do it, do it." And you kept saying, "I'll be back in a flash, don't worry. I'll never forget this." And every place they put their kiss on your arms and your face, they left a mark. And that's where your freckles come from, boy. And this is the song the angels sang to you as you were leaving. We all love you and we want you to remember why we sent you. This'll be your finest mission. Come back with your same conviction that you're showing as you're leaving. You will be reborn this evening. It's your promise we believe in. Go now and do your retrieving. I will not ever forget. I will not walk it down with lights from the Jeep. Was it that we said? Break it. Like you're an angel. And there was this family, and they had this little girl. Her name was Catherine. She was like 2 or 3, and their parents told her, "Catherine, we're gonna have another baby. You're gonna have a little brother." She was so excited, and when her little brother finally came home, she said, "Can I be alone with Michael?" The parents asked the pediatrician. The pediatrician said, "No. Don't let her alone, because the toddlers are always jealous, and sometimes they'll smother him with a pillow or pick him up or drop him. Don't let her be alone with the baby." But Catherine kept asking, "Can I please be alone with my little baby brother Michael?" And finally they got those baby monitors, you know the ones I'm talking about? Yeah. They put a baby monitor next to the bed. And they put one in their room. And so they said, "Okay, Catherine, you can be alone with Michael." She was so delighted. And she walked into the room, and she closed the door behind her. She walks up to the crib to her new little baby brother, Michael. She whispered in his ear, she said, "Michael, tell me what it's like. Tell me what it's like, Michael. I'm starting to forget." Remember that she chose your family and all the things that happen madly, all your trials and tribulations, all your joys, all occasions, all your teachers, all your muggers, all your parties, all your gutters, all the things that make you happy, and all the things that wound up happening, all the hurt and all the glory, all the twists in the story, all your bliss and all your heartache, and all the things you did by mistake. I will not ever forget. I will not. Was it that we said? And then I was in Hawaii with my friend and my girlfriend. We were living in our van. And we had been cruising across these beaches, right? Living outside on the most beautiful paradise you'd ever... Have you just been to Kauai? That's what I'm saying, dude. Kauai is like paradise, man. We were in Kauai this one time, and we were living in paradise, and we've been out in Kalalau, we've been out doing all this crazy. Finally, after all the camping we've done, we got a van, you know. Now we could bring all of our friends to the waterfalls and to the beaches. And when we slept on beaches, we had a home, you know. 4 walls and a comfy bed, man. How many people have slept in their car in this room? That's what I'm saying. How many people are sleeping in their car in this room? You're not raising your hand, but I know there's a few. Here's for all the people who slept in their car. Let it happen, guys. One night my girlfriend said, let's not go to that side, let's go to this side of this bridge. And I was like, yeah, I like it over there. She said, no, I like it over here. But she's like an angel and I'm more like a mischievous leprechaun. So I trust her. Sure enough, I woke up in the morning and that bridge we didn't cross was washed out by a fucking tidal wave. And when I mean washed out, I mean like taken away by the road was not there anymore. And I don't just mean the road, I mean like the whole hillside. And when I mean the whole hillside, I mean like every banyan tree, every eucalyptus, every imaginable, huge, big old Hawaiian giant was washed down the hillside. A new gorge was cut into the hillside. And I thought about all my friends who had been camping with us. They'd been offered these cabins down by the river. Every hippie's dream, a house to garden at, you know? A place to live where you could garden and live for free. Oh my God, I wish it was me. And it could have been me. And I thought about my friends Sonny and Daniel, she was 9 months pregnant and she was about to get married that weekend. Her family was flying over from different parts of the world to be there. And I thought about how they must have felt and what it must have been like to be in those cabins at 4 in the morning when all that water rushed through. Because there was this guy up the hill. He had illegally built this dam up so he could water ski, and it broke in the middle of the night. And all that water came rushing down. And it rushed through the hillside, tearing down those trees, and all my friends were sleeping in those cabins. And my friends were going to get married that weekend, and remember that you chose your family and all the things that happened madly, all your trials, tribulations, all your joys, all the occasions, all your teachers, all your muggers, all your parties, all your gutters, all the things that make you happy, and all the things that wound up happening, all the hurt, and all the glory, all the twists in the story, all your bliss, and all your heartache, and all the things that you did by mistake. I will not ever forget. I will not. What was it that we said? And I remember the next day, the day they were going to get married, standing together, you know, trying to figure out what happened to our friends, wondering what it must have been like. We're all crying and holding each other. And it was like 6 o'clock in the evening, and we were right behind where they were going. We just gathered at the friend's house, but we realized we were right behind that place that they were going to be married. And we realized that they had all died. And we looked up at the sky, holding arms together. We saw a pink rainbow. A pink fucking rainbow. We all love you and we want you to remember why we sent you. This will be your finest mission. Come back with the same conviction that you're showing as you're leaving. You will be reborn this evening. It's your promise we believe in. Go now and do your retreat. I will not forget. I will not. What was it that we said?